Destiny 2 is an ever-changing game in that every season you kind of have to change how you play. Last season, grenade launchers were the beast when it comes to dealing damage to bosses. In this season of The Lost, if you are not using a fusion rifle in your loadout, you are absolutely doing it wrong in my opinion. Why as a Titan in Season of The Lost would someone be using a hand cannon to do boss DPS? Is there a secret that I don't know about? Today, let's take a look at what you might be missing in Season of The Lost and how to maximize your potential in many aspects of this season. My name is Wes and thanks for tuning into the channel. As always, I really appreciate your being here. If you enjoyed the video, please don't hesitate to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. I will be forever appreciative. Now, trust me, I've seen at least 2 people trying to do boss DPS with a hand cannon during strikes this season. And I am baffled simply because they are not on a hunter subclass. If you are a dancing hunter, the exotic Radiant Dance Machines can turn your hand cannon into a DPS monster, but it's only for the hunter subclass as far as I know. Tell me if you know something different. Plus, I believe Radiant Dance Machines are currently disabled right now because they are kind of broken, and I don't know for how long they're gonna be disabled, but that's all I know. In any case, as I mentioned earlier, if you are not using a fusion rifle in your loadout this season, you are absolutely doing it wrong, and you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. Even if you don't like fusion rifles, and I know a lot of people don't, but this season, Bungie kind of makes fusion rifles relevant. By now, it's been all over the internet that fusion rifles are relevant in Season of The Lost. I simply re-emphasize that, and hopefully more and more people will know about it. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, look no further than the seasonal artifact. Let's take a look at the seasonal artifact and show you what you should aim for. Alright, the artifact for this season. Now, the main thing you should be looking for is this mod right here, Particle Deconstruction. It says dealing damage to a combatant with the fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle grants bonus damage with the fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle against that combatant for a short duration. This effect stacks up to 5 times. So you can apply a lot of debuff to the enemy and then do a lot of damage. So if you are grinding this season, so your main focus should be to get to this level. Now, in order for you to get this mod, you have to already have 10 of those mods unlocked in front of it, and then it'll become available for you. So it's going to take a little bit of grinding, but it'll be worth it because this is the meta for this season. Last season it was Breach and Clear, but this season is Particle Deconstruction. This is the reason why fusion rifle is very important this season. Now let's take a look at the other column. Now the first column is always for your champions mods. So you have anti-barrier auto rifle this season, and you also have overload bow for overload champion, and then you have unstoppable pulse rifle for unstoppable champion. Then you also have sidearm, and you also have for the sword. Me personally, the first 3 are the ones that I'm using the most, but I like swords, so sometimes this could be useful, but not very much in any case. And then the second column, it's whatever, you know what I mean? So you can pick to whichever one you think is going to be the most useful for your playstyle. It's whatever playstyle you adopt. Now for the third column, there are some interesting mods in there, and you know, you're going to choose whichever is going to benefit you the most. But again, fusion rifle is the meta, so you make sure you choose whatever fusion rifle, you know. I mean, you don't have to with this column, but you got to make sure you pick up at least 10 before you can get to the best one. And in the fourth column, there are some pretty interesting choice, but to me, the best one is Unstoppable Fusion Rifle. If you have to use a fusion rifle, you can use it in the heavy slot. You can also use it in any of the other slots. So you have 3 options, 3 places that you can stop Unstoppable Champion. And it's very easy to do as long as you are using a fusion rifle and the mod. And you also have this one right here, Withering Hit, causing damage with solar ability, weakens champion for a short time. So now those cost a lot of energy, but you're gonna have to sacrifice something. Like for instance, for my character that I'm using for the unstoppable one, it takes 6, so then you have to use it wisely. That way you can be able to use other mods to complement your build. It's gonna be whatever is more beneficial to your build. And then the other ones, you know, for me personally, I don't really care about the other ones, but this one, if I'm using stasis, then it's all right. So those are the 3. And then I get to the final column where you can pick the best mod for the season and the seasonal artifact. That's all there is to it. There's nothing else that's gonna matter when it comes to doing damage to a boss in this game. And Fusion Rifle becomes very, very good when you start using it with this mod equipped. If you are going to grind, this is what you need to grind for. Just grind a bunch of bounties so you can level up, and then you can get to that level. Remember, you have to choose 10 of those before you can get to this part. And then the rest of them, once you get your last one or so, then you can also use it to pick whichever one. But the main thing is going to be this one. As you can see right now, if you look in YouTube, you'll see a lot of people are melting bosses because of particle deconstruction. It is very good. You need to make sure you get it. There are so many guns to use in Destiny, but this season Fusion Rifle is the meta. So you got to make sure you put it somewhere where you can use it. You don't have to use 2 just like I'm doing, but it all depends on what you're trying to do. Sometimes you're doing bounties, so you got to switch them around. But if you're going to play a game where there's a boss for you to kill, just make sure you have at least 1 Fusion Rifle. Anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to say. Now that you know the Fusion Rifles are the meta this season, so you need to go out there, get out your best Fusion Rifle, and start melting those bosses. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later.